We're joined now by Okpe with stories trending around the world today. Good morning, OG.
Good morning, Leila. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Hello, OG.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. I told you I'm not waving, right?
No, you can't catch coronavirus by waving.
We're supposed to be doing this social distancing thing, Dr. Abati. Can I move a little bit more? Just a little bit more. I was thinking so, but I think we'll be all right, guys. Good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending today in Nigeria. Users on social media have reacted to a rally that was held by the People's Democratic Party in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, amidst the coronavirus outbreak. Since Nigeria confirmed 5 new cases of the virus on Wednesday, the Ogun State government and the Lagos State government have banned gatherings of more than 50 persons. Governors of the Northwest also announced the shutting down of schools from Monday. But in Oyo State, a mammoth crowd trooped to the rally attended by former vice chairman of the party, Chief Bode George, and Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State. Let's take some social media reactions. One user, Oracle, wrote, "What's really wrong with us? Amid the coronavirus pandemic, the PDP held a mega rally in Ibadan to welcome returnees. Isn't it crazy that nobody considers such a mass gathering as a public health issue in the time of coronavirus?" Another user wrote, "The PDP rally held yesterday in Ibadan was ill-planned, wrongly timed, and should not have happened in a time like this. This may hurt us in Nigeria if not properly managed." Another user wrote, "Taye Currency, who performed at the rally, was reported to have just returned from the UK." Taye Currency apparently is a musician from Ibadan. Yes, and he just returned from the UK. Another user, Ife Dyer, wrote, "The American who allegedly took COVID-19 to Ekiti reportedly stayed 2 weeks in Ibadan, but Seyi Makinde approved this PDP mega rally. Something is wrong with this country, honestly." I mean, this has been going on in social media. Everyone is really upset about this rally that went on. As you saw the images of the mass gathering, the people that came to this occasion. And I don't understand what they were thinking. This is literally yesterday when they announced the 5 cases in Nigeria. He went on, the governor of Oyo State went on to approve the rally.
This is why I've just been ranting about the misinformation out there. There's still a lot of people that think that somehow or another they are immune. Yes. Now, this is happening to other people. It will not happen to them. You'll remember when the HIV epidemic first started in the 80s, and black people were saying, no, it's not a black person's disease, it's a white person's disease. White heterosexuals were saying, no, it's a homosexual's disease. But we can all see now. The same with this COVID-19. People really think that by some miracle it's going to just skip them. Look at the elderly people that attended this rally. Elderly people are particularly vulnerable.
Yes,
in other societies, they're completely isolated.
Yeah.
This is really irresponsible.
It's honestly the worst thing that we can see because my own is even this simple. I mean, even if you had your rally planned as you would have, and then you got news of an outbreak, the fact that we already had 2 confirmed cases in the country alone and you still went forward to plan a rally, I'm sorry, that is nothing but an irresponsible government.
Well, I hope the People's Democratic Party and other political parties will learn from the backlash that came out of this rally in Ibadan, and that other people may be tempted to collect people together in large numbers in this season of coronavirus. Should know that even love in the time of cholera was not a good thing. So love in the time of coronavirus, yes, is also something that we have to be very careful about. And of course, it's for the authorities to enforce the rules. In some other countries, if you break the rules, then of course you will be sanctioned. This is about public safety. This is about public security. This is about public health. And nobody, whether a political party or a church or a mosque, should be allowed to compromise the health of Nigerians. At the end of the day, a country is made up of its people. A healthy people make a healthy nation. Without the people, there will be no nation.
But Dr. Abati, who's going to sanction the government? This is the problem. This is the government organizing this rally.
And if you remember, my other tweet read that one of the people that allegedly died from the coronavirus, because it's not really confirmed, the American had traveled to Ibadan and stayed there for 2 weeks. I mean, this is a big problem at this point.
And you know what? As big as Ibadan is also very small. It's also such a close-knit society. And that's what makes it even more worrying. Because, I'm sorry, if it's really going to transmit like that in any city around Nigeria, from my own experience, I would say that Ibadan is a hotbed. So if the government wakes up tomorrow and finds out that they have multiple cases all over the city, quite frankly, at this point, they can only blame themselves. They can only blame themselves. Look at the fuel that you've just given to fire. It is absolutely, I'm shocked. And the fact that we have not heard anything from the Oyo State government till now. I mean, I've been checking on my phone while we've been on the show to see if they've come out to say anything. Nothing.
What are you going to explain?
Show some leadership, show some
exactly.
Yeah, it's poor.
And also, if anything happens, how do you even begin to trace in that kind of situation?
So many people are there.
Yes. How can you, how would you, it is completely irresponsible. And I think that is our responsibility to keep hampering on this issue of mass gathering. It is unacceptable at this time
it's fine.
of coronavirus.
Allow
Leila's
governor to...
It's not, okay, you are from Ibadan.
Yeah,
that is correct. Right.
No, it's scary.
Yes,
it is actually
true.
quite
You
scary.
Are from Ibadan.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that something comes out from the state government. Let's head over to the U.S. now. Despite repeated advice from the medical community that naming diseases after their place of origin has no benefit and actually causes harm, President Donald Trump and some conservative media figures continue to use the phrase Chinese virus to describe COVID-19. On Wednesday, following a huge backlash, the White House tweeted a defense, saying, the Spanish flu, West Nile virus, Zika, Ebola, all named for places. Before the media's fake outrage, even CNN called it Chinese virus. Those trying to divide us must stop rooting for America to fail and give Americans real info they need to get through the crisis. I mean, Donald Trump is not backing down. He's continuing to call the virus a Chinese virus. I mean, even what the White House said about the Spanish flu being originated from Spain, it's not true. It is not true.
From Kansas, doesn't it? It was Kansas somewhere.
And that was a whole, several generations back. The world has moved on since then. And they now deliberately named COVID-19 something neutral. No, but Donald Trump has always had in his arsenal racist, xenophobic sentiment that he uses to try and win, because this is an election year. Now the economy has taken a hit. His only recourse is racism. And it's his typical approach.
But the irony, of course, is that the virus is no longer a Chinese virus. It's no longer Wuhan virus. Because, you know, you see that the Chinese, they are already recalling health officials in the Hubei province. They are already leaving, because they've been able to manage the situation very well. So those who want to play the race card with this are making a mistake. If anything, you know, other parts of the world, particularly Europe and North America, would, you know, be more advised to learn lessons from China, how China was able to manage this. In fact, as you speak, China is already thinking of a post-coronavirus economic strategy, which may have implications for, you know, China's role and place in the global economy subsequently. And maybe if the United States is still concentrating on labeling, they may discover at the end of the day that coronavirus, how China has been able to manage it, and the impact of the global economy may be to the advantage of China in the long run. And the WHO is very clear. WHO has a standard for naming, you know, viruses. And this one is named SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19, right?
Yes.
And, you know, WHO is very clear that there should be no attachment to places of origin. And it's the same thing with hurricanes. At a point in time, hurricanes were named only after women. You know, then that was considered sexist. Now all the names have been mixed. You know, so the world is evolving. President Trump cannot say he will stand at one spot and play politics with something that is of global concern.
I love the fact that you said that the world is evolving, because some people are supporting Donald Trump, and that's exactly what they are saying. They're saying the same thing, that, okay, even some Africans are saying, where were you when they called Ebola after, you know, an African?
Yes, but even a lot of Africans have self-loathing issues. Any African that supports Donald Trump has made a conscious decision to say, this man is clearly racist, but that does not matter. Because on some level, they agree with him. They also feel that they are inferior. So a lot of people have deep issues.
Deep inferiority complex that you see all around, and
it is most important that everyone understand that this whole name tagging causes more harm than good.
It's disgusting.
Thank you very much, Okpe. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Dr. Abati.